Alright, so previously in previous videos we have seen a for loop, and we have seen a nested for loop, and we have seen a for each loop, and we have seen in all of them, say for example for loop, we had a initialization, and we have a condition and updater here. So now we're going to discuss while loop. And what is while loop? While loop, it checks if there is a condition, and if you look in here, for loop, they don't care if this condition is true or false, but that's not the case with while loop. While loop, here there is a condition here, and this condition is boolean, and this boolean has to be true. So when working with the while loop, the C# checks the value of the boolean expression. If the value is true, the program will run all of the statements, whatever you guys going to put inside the body of the while loop, within the loop's body. Then the program will check the boolean expression to see its value. If the value is still true, the program return the loop's body and go back to the first step, check the expression's value. This process will go on until the boolean expression evaluates to false. Once this happens, the program will process the code blocks right after the loop. Say for example, if you're looking at this program, while we say when we start the Visual Basic, if this program runs until this exit, and here looking here exit, our this X sign here means it's closed, it's not pressed by the user. So the program runs it means that's when the user starts the program, it means the condition is true. Once the condition is true, it runs all the way till the user exits the program. So if we come here in the menu, if we press exit, then the program exits, and then if you press this X here, so then the program becomes false. So that's a condition the while loop runs on. So you guys can create a game, and inside the game you guys need to put your boolean condition to true, or you can simply put a true here. So the while loop runs as long as the program is running or is true. For example, if you're making a game, so while you guys going to put something like boolean here is true, your game going to run all the way till you're going to put something, say for the user to press quit, or press exit, or press this if you have say graphical user interface of GUI. So whatever the case, as long as your programs are true, it's going to run. As soon as it becomes false, it's going to exit. So that's the condition of the while loop. But if we have seen a for loop is going to send the same iteration, but the for loop, the problem is that for loop runs no matter if the program is true or false, they don't care. So the for loop is an iteration that runs any program. So but not the case, that's not the case with the while loop. For the while loop to run, our program has to be, say, true all the time. Say but this one is very useful when we are making a game. Say for example, you want the user to run, as long as the user is not pressing exit or quit, then the game gonna run indefinitely. So in this case, we use the while loop inside our programs or inside the game. So for example, we're gonna give example. We're gonna have int, and we put our variable name x, and we're gonna assign 0 to this variable of integer data types, and now we're gonna put our while loop, and while loop we have to make sure that this condition is going to be true. So now you guys going to put your condition. We're going to put x, for example, is less than, for example, 10, for example. We have seen this one because we're going to initialize here, and we are telling the C# that look, I have a variable, can you reserve namespace in memory, and I'm going to assign 0 to this variable x. The C# say, all right, you have declared a variable of data type int, because it takes integer, and I'm going to assign 0. Then what happens here? Then I'm going to run while loop, because I want this condition to be true, because this value is less than this value, so the condition is true. And then what happens? And then what inside the console.write? So the console.write line, if you look in here, the C# has completed, but the C# putting this x++. Why the C# going to put it x++? So the reason C# is going to put x plus plus, because you guys needs to do iterate like same as for loop, because for loop we had this updater here, and for example we had a x plus plus here at the end of the for loop. But while loop, you guys don't need to put it here inside this parenthesis. You guys need to put just x here, because we are just want to display the x. Now you're gonna ask me how the while loop's gonna update. We can put this x just right underneath here. We just put x plus plus. It's regardless of you guys gonna put it here or here, both of them is gonna do the job. So now our loop gonna start from 0. Our simply you can put it from 1. If you guys want to put 1, as long as this condition is less than 0, it means it's a true. It means your loop's gonna run. So now we're gonna control S to save, and we're gonna run our program, and we're gonna see if our loop we're gonna run till 10, and it starts from 1. Keep in mind, because we have initialized 1 to x, and now this x is less than 10. It means this number is this number here, that our declared number is less than 10. So our loop's gonna run. Alright, so our program has executed, and if you guys looking here, just like a for loop, this our counter, the updaters updating, incrementing all the way to 9. Then now you ask me why all the way to 9, why not 10? Because we didn't put a equal sign. So if you guys want to include 10, you guys need to put a equal sign here. So the way computers work, as long as if you guys want to put this less than, it means going less than 10. But if you guys want to put less than or equal to, then the computer is going to go all the way to 10. So just one thing you guys need to keep in mind, if you guys making a program and your program is not including that numbers, not including say 10, then it means you guys need to put a less than or equal to 10. So not that, then you guys are going to see this one till 10. But if you go to put this the other way around, this program is not going to work, because the condition is going to be false. So here now we have seen incrementation. So what about now you're going to ask me how about decrementation? So for example, if you have a int x is equal to, say for example 1, you guys can to decrement this one, to make this one the other way around, you guys need to change the say the number. So if the number is int x is equal to say 10, we can put this one 10. Then here while, then you guys need to put the conditions the other way around. So we can remove this, x is greater than or equal to 1. So now because we're going the other way around, here you guys can do this, and you can put this one double minus. Make sure you put this one, otherwise your loop's gonna go infinite, because this condition is still true, and this condition is still true, because if you assign x is equal to 10, and if x is greater than or equal to 1, because here x is greater than, so if you put x less than, then the condition becomes false. But here it's going to check the condition, because this x, which is 10, is greater than or equal to 1. It is greater than, and it's not equal to, but it's greater than 1. So this condition is true. If you put it this one, that increment, say put a plus plus, then your loop's going to go infinite, then it's going to break the computer. So don't ever do that. And if you look in here, now we're going to decrement. Now we're going to come from 10 to 1. You're not going to go from 1 to 10. Now we're going to, because our starting point here is 10. So once your starting point is 10, then you guys want to come in here, and is x equal is greater than or equal to 1. If you guys don't want to include 1, then you guys remove this one. If you guys want to include this one, then you can do the same. So say for example, before we had this x is equal to 1, and here x is was less than, say or equal to say 10, for example. So here we had a incrementation here. Say for example, if we put this one 10 and 10, Now this condition is both of them, because here the x is greater than or equal to, because now they're both equal to. So now we're going to see if we're going to see any result. And what you guys going to see is 10, because this condition is still true. Why this condition is true? Because we have equal sign here. If you guys want to put this one 11, then this condition is going to be false, because x is not less than 10, because x is now greater than 10. So if you guys want to run this one, your program is not going to run. See, you don't see anything, because this condition now is false. So as long as this condition is true, your program is going to run. Otherwise your program is never going to run. So if you're going to put this one to 1, then your program is going to run flawlessly with no issues. If you put a 0, some folks they put a 0, some folks they put a 10, but as long as this condition is true, as long as this x is what you guys going to put it there. So now you guys going to see here why we are running from 1 all the way to 10 with our program runs flawless, no issues. So the while loop is runs as long as the condition here inside the parentheses is a boolean condition. As long as it's a true, it runs, otherwise it's not going to run. So the while loop, as we said before, the while loop's going to run is very good for programs or games or applications. If you guys want to put a file, and as it's going to run till the condition, if the condition is true, as soon as the condition becomes false, then it's going to exit the program. So this is the while loop in C#. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you guys have any question or comment, leave in comment box. Otherwise I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.